Okay, we are here with the Lincoln Continental. Now that we have a really good, solid running and driving and really a remarkably corrosion-free and structurally sound Lincoln, before we hand this back over to drive around for the next year or two before larger restoration efforts, we've got some body touch-up to do, and I'd like to show the necessary work right now, and I'd also like to show the scope of what needs to be done for the long term. So in front, car's looking really pretty good. When we move back here, we've got some areas here where the paint has just separated and come off of the top of the passenger rear door. Here on the trunk, we've got some areas where it's rusting from inside, where the seam is welded in the trunk. And on other Lincolns, we've seen this where they spot welded the inner structure here, and the cars start to rot through on the spot welds. So those two areas we feel really need to be fixed right now to make this car solid and sound for a couple of years. And we've got some other areas where we would do touch-up, but those are really the two areas of repair. Like here, for example, we've got cracking in the paint, but we can touch that up, and we think that's going to be, really just fine. So we believe that this work can be wrapped up towards the end of November, and that'll give us, that'll put the car home before the snow flies, and it'll be looking really good. The car actually looks pretty good right now, with the exception of those defects. So now I'd like to just show what the full project of stripping and painting this car is going to accomplish. First of all, when we go to repair this car fully, most of the brightwork on this car has minor defects. See where this has dings? And as we move down the side, we got a ding there. We got a little bit of damage in the finish on the mirror. Got some damage in the chrome on the door handles. When we step back here, we can see here, many years ago, this car probably went over a curb, and this molding here is punched in, and the body is a little scraped there. We're missing a molding in the back here, which we are searching for. In the back, you can see how this bumper is tipped forward at some time long ago. Somebody hit the car probably here, and the mounting for the bumper is here, and that tipped the bumper forward. So you can see that this gap is closed up here relative to that. So the bumper is going to need to be straightened. All the chrome on this car is going to need to be redone. You've got damage here to the brightwork. Continental logo needs work. There's a lot of little detail work. We're starting to get rust around the openings to the glass. We're starting to get rust here. That'll mean all the glass is going to have to come out of this car. The rubber moldings are deteriorating. So when the glass is out, take the chrome out. That's the time to rebuild all of this. So all the rubber is going to be renewed. Antennas, everything that you see on the outside of the car, when you do a real show quality finish on this, all of that ends up getting redone. And the thing to think about then is, are we doing a job like this to the level that we're doing Ferraris and Maseratis, and it's the best Lincoln there is in the world, or are we doing just a really good Lincoln? Because there's more than one level of work that we can do, but it's a big project. So that in our thinking is something to be done in a few years. If you drive the car, enjoy it, and you think, well, let's go to the next step, and I think that's what it's going to be.